Hello YouTube and welcome to another episode of The Cloudy Vape. In this video we're going to be talking about the two new broadcaps for the Freakshow Mini and the Freakshow. At least it's for the Freakshow. It works on the Freakshow, but I think it was designed just for the Freakshow Mini, but you know, they're the same thickness, so you can use both of them. So this one right here is called the Broadcap. This one is called the Freakshow Mini Broadcap, and then there is also the Freakshow Mini Broadcap Plus, which is this one right here. So as you can see, this is the original Freakshow cap. It has a 510 connection, has some heatsink fins, and also your airflow controls. So that is what the original one looks like, and this is basically your updated one. And I'll have an up close on these a little bit later, but let's go ahead and have a vape on them. I'm actually really enjoying it. It kind of brought my Freakshow Mini back from the dead. I haven't used it a lot, you know, in the last couple months, but these top caps definitely kick up the flavor and kick up the vapor production. Just makes it a new experience. So let's check it out. So I have a 24 gauge Canthal build in here, dual coils at about 0.32 ohms, and yeah, let's have a little vape. Alright, I switched it up from the Broadcap to the Broadcap Plus, and let's check it out. So with the Broadcap Plus, you definitely have less options for spitback, which I'll show you in the up close. But both of them work phenomenal. They're absolutely both great. I think the first Broadcap, this one right here, actually has better flavor than, say, this Plus. But I like that the Plus has less of a you know, an option for spitback just because of the way it's built. So without more yapping about it, let's dive down and check these two little top caps out. Alright, so let's check out these new top caps for the Freakshow and the Freakshow Mini. Mostly they're made for the Freakshow Mini, like I stated before, but these are, you know, these are really awesome little additions, little accessories, so to speak. So here it is. This is going to be your new, they call it the Freakshow Broadcap, or Freakshow Plus Broadcap. So this one is what your new barrel is going to look like, if I can pop this off. This is your new barrel for the Freakshow Mini, and this is how you put the new top caps on, and basically how you switch it up. So the original of the Freakshow is going to look like this. Here it is, if you've seen it before, just a 510. This is all one piece for the top cap. The deck is also a piece, so it's just a two-piece. So essentially what this new one does is that this is going to break it up so you have an option to put new top caps on. So let's check this out on the Freakshow Mini. So looking at this, here's the deck of the Freakshow Mini. Just have a simple build on there, and I'll just pop it on. Actually, let me grab a mod, put it on a mod just so it's easier to maneuver. Alright, so there it is on. Pop it off, pop it back on, just like that. So that fits nice and snug. All the airflow is the same as the original. If you see here, you have dual coil and single coil options, just like the original over here. You have dual coil and single coil options. So essentially they just cut off the top, gave you a little bit more room. So here is your top cap. This one is called the Broadcap. This one has one O-ring on the side and is made out of Delrin. Just a nice straight chimney going up. No dome going on, no conical shape, just a nice chimney going up. And then, you know, it kind of rounds off to the top. The actual open area, I would believe, is about anywhere from 11 to 13 millimeters. The actual open area, you know, that the vapor actually comes out of, and then it just pops right on just like that. So there is your first addition, your first accessory. Alright, now let's take a look at the Broadcap Plus. This is the Freakshow Plus Broadcap, I guess. I was kind of confused with what exactly the names were. So I believe this one is called the Freakshow Mini Broadcap, and this one is called the Freakshow Mini Broadcap Plus, or Freakshow Broadcap Plus, mini or not mini. Regardless, they both fit on the mini or the regular. So yeah, I was just a little confused with the exact naming on them. But yeah, so there is the first one, and this is the next one. So right here, it only came with one O-ring. It came with a quite larger O-ring that didn't seem to fit very well. But as you can see, this one O-ring does fit on pretty snug. Like, I'm pulling it off. There we go. It does fit on pretty snug, so really no complaints. Even if there is one O-ring, two would make it super snug. So you know, that is that. Looking down at this, you have two Cylon airflows going straight from the top or from the bottom up. That helps prevent spitback, especially on the you know, the bottom airflow style of the Freakshow. So this is all 304 stainless steel, I believe, and then this top part, which does pop off, is Delrin, and you do have one O-ring sealing off this section. This drip tip is about the same as the other, so you know, anywhere from 11 to 13 millimeters. I'll get calipers one of these days and actually start doing exact measurements, but just guesstimating about 11 to 13 millimeters in width on this top cap. So you do have a slight, you know, slightly rounds up, and then there's just a nice rounded off edge on this. So that is that. Then you do have a little lip right here that pops down into this. And then inside of here, this is where the cap goes in, you know. You do have a few markings. So on the inside it says Wotofo, and it also says Freakshow Plus on here. Then you do have a few little bevels, just kind of like a design going on. You see those Cylons again. That pops in just like that. You do have a slight bit of a bevel in right there around the edge. These Cylon airflows are probably in thickness, like in width, probably about 3 millimeters in width, and I would say roughly, probably 6 or 7, probably closer to like 6 in length, so 6 by 3 millimeters on each of them. They're kind of nice because you can line them up on the coils, and you can help it to prevent spitback. So I'm going to pop it on real quick and just show you what it might look like. See if you can see down inside of here. I'll take off this top Delrin section first. Alright, so I'm kind of spotlighting this right now just so you can see, if you see the coils inside. Basically, so they're lined up with the coils. They're about lined up with the coils. What you can do is you can turn this whole top cap section so they run opposite of the coils. I know it's kind of hard to see inside of there, but you can line this up however you want. If you want it to be right on top of the coils, or have the coils running this way while the the airflow is running this way, you do have a few options, so that is nice. Again, I don't know if you can see really closely in there, but you know, that is definitely an option, so I thought that was pretty cool. There you go, you can see the coil in there. So there we go, just like that. I've been running it both ways. I've had it where the coils are lined up with the airflow, and then I've also had it the opposite way. Both ways seem like it's decent flavor. I haven't really noticed any difference, but when I run the airflow, so it's, the coils are going straight and then the airflow's crisscrossing over them. I do notice I get less spit back when I do that, just because, there's not so much open area on the actual coils. So, yeah, that is it, and that is a quick look at these top caps. Let's go back up to FaceTime and talk about it just a little bit more. Alright, so let's talk about the pros and the cons of these little top caps. They're teeny. Well, they're not really teeny. They're large. They're huge. They're big. There's really no cons about these. These are more if you want more airflow. If you want a little bit better flavor out of it. I definitely feel like I'm getting more flavor. It doesn't feel as restricted. I can definitely build lower ohms with these top caps rather than the 510 connection. The 510 connection will definitely condense the vapor and condense the flavor, but building at a lower ohms and then getting more airflow out of it, you definitely get really good flavor, really good vapor production. So that's very nice. But pros and cons back and forth. I would definitely say that the pros are that they're an accessory. They are actually made by Wotofo and they're not made by a third-party company. So you know for sure that they're going to fit on these devices, no problem. The machining is just absolutely crazy. Very nice machining. I haven't had really any issues with these. The only issue I could throw in there is that the Broadcap Plus came with an O-ring, and came with a large O-ring and a small O-ring, like a thicker gauge O-ring, so to speak, and a thinner gauge O-ring, and only the thinner gauge O-ring works, so it fits really snug with just one single O-ring on it. I don't know if that was an issue with what they sent me, if they sent me the wrong O-ring or what, but I definitely want to throw that out as what is exactly going on with that. So maybe that is just an option, so you have a really, really tight top cap, or you have the option of a smaller O-ring. So that's just something that I found. But as far as what it is, I can't really just throw cons about the build. The quality is absolutely great. This is more of an accessory more than anything, so the caps just work great. They work on the Freakshow, the original Freakshow, and on the Freakshow Mini, and it's just something nice to spice up two already great RDAs. Some people might not think they're good, might not enjoy them. I personally enjoyed them for what they were, and I'm glad that I picked up these top caps. I'm glad that they made them, rather, just because it really spices it up and gives it a new style, and definitely an enjoyable vapor production, enjoyable flavor, and just, it's just nice. I enjoy it. That's what I'm trying to say. So if you want to know more about these top caps, these new top caps for the Freakshows, definitely look in the description box below. I'll put a link to wherever I can find them. I'll also put a link to Wotofo's page, so you can look at a little bit more about them and all that stuff. So, yep, that is it. I'm going to wrap up this review. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please like it. And if you like my videos in general, please subscribe. And as always, stay classy and keep vaping.